Hello Internet! I am Kyle, and today we're going to do some Kerbal Space Program! So I'm just going to do some basic things here. So basically what we're going to do is just launch something into orbit and then bring it back down safely. So I'm kind of doing this as a video for a friend of mine. So we're just going to take a standard pod here, nothing special, and we're just going to launch this up into an orbit and then bring it back down. Sounds simple enough. So let's put a parachute on this thing first off. So we'll cap that with a little parachute there. And I'm not in career mode or anything like that. I'm just doing a sandbox here for this. Don't need something that big. So this will be our final stage right there. This will eject the retrograde boosters. So let's forgot to do all this extra stuff. I'm not used to it. I'm used to the career mode where I don't have half this stuff unlocked. So we just need like a small fuel tank. That's probably actually too much. Yeah, actually that is actually too much. This guy will be plenty for what I need. And then actually with the size of that, I don't even think yeah, I definitely don't need any RCS or anything like that. I guess I should put in we're gonna need a battery. It's always good. You never want to go into space without at least a battery and at least a solar panel. And that's just like a given. And that way you can generate power and you can store power. And like for the final stage, like it doesn't matter because you don't really need that stuff. It's expendable. Alright, so now we just need a rocket that will launch this into space for us. Woohoo! But first off, we need another decoupler. I believe it's here. So we'll throw that on. And just for giggles and for, you know, the sake of the video and the fact that I don't actually need blah 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 blah, I don't actually, it doesn't matter how much money I spend, you know, let's just throw on let's do a stabilizer, throw that on there just for the heck of it, and that way we can turn a little bit faster and maybe bring this thing back down quicker. Then we'll throw on a regular booster, and why not, we'll go with the swivel engine, and that way we have a little bit more control on takeoff. We're not even going to bother putting fins on this thing. I think that is fine. I think that will make it into space. Let's save this as orbital 1 test, and let's do it. Let's launch this thing. I hope it actually stays on the launch pad like that. I didn't really think about that. It looks like it's going to. So we'll hit T and R. So, well, RCS doesn't matter. We can't really use RCS anyways, but I just like having those on. Just helps, you know, stabilize everything. Well, if you actually have RCS. And let's just go full throttle and hit it. What we'll do is we'll go up until we hit about, I think it's about 200 meters per second, and then we'll start just bringing it back a little bit, and that way it'll cut our air drag down. You'll see some air artifacts showing up shortly, and we just want to eliminate that and keep our throttle going, so you can see a little bit of resistance. So yeah, we're pretty good right now, and we're still climbing really fast, but this way it keeps our fuel consumption down. So we're at 10,000 meters, and so we can probably start our gravity turn now. And so we just kind of inch our way over towards the east, I believe this is. Actually, that's the, yeah, I think this is east. And you just want to make sure that you don't tip yourself all the way over. And I'm actually going to cut engines there. And, oop, oh, I did not want to time warp. Sorry, M is what I meant to do. Oof. I might not be able to actually get us into orbit, but I will be able to bring us back down, so that's something. So yeah, I probably won't actually be able to bring us into orbit. I mean, I didn't do that as optimal as I should have either, but you know, it is what it is. 45 seconds. Yeah, I don't think I have 45 seconds worth of fuel in that booster. But actually, once I eject this, my delta V will be a lot higher because I have less weight. So it's possible I could still get in orbit. Let's give it a shot, anyways. You know, who knows? Maybe this will work out. So we're gonna go full throttle here, and yeah, like this is probably not going to. Yeah, so we'll hit this stage, and I just gotta make sure I leave enough so I can still deorbit, which shouldn't be much at all. Deorbiting is pretty easy. Yeah, I'm not even gonna reach orbit. Nope, not gonna happen. And now it's explained why I like SRBs so much. They're powerful, but they're one-shot deals, and they're, you know, whatever. But since we're out here in space and whatnot, sort of, not really. Actually, we didn't even break the. Well, we just barely broke the upper atmosphere. Let's extend our solar panel. Hey, do that. And that way, you know, we'll get some electrical charge out of that. Not that we need it, because let's face it, we haven't used any. None whatsoever. So actually, I'm just going to say to heck with it and launch this baby. Goodbye. Okay. And so now it's coming down to the landing portion. And typically speaking, what you want to do is you actually want to take SAS off. So hit T, take that off, and oops. You want to have it lined up with the retrograde on your orbit first, and then hit T. Okay, and we're already in the downward slope. We're hitting 45, so once we hit, I think it's like 40 or something like that. It depends on your speed too. We're coming in, you know, pretty fast, you know, 1,700 meters per second. But yeah, so yeah, about 40,000. 42,000, we started hitting some pretty serious resistance there with the atmospheric resistance. Is that what it is? I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, we have to wait for those to dissipate, and then once they do, then we can launch our parachute. And I'll show you. If you right-click on this, it brings up this little cool little box. And it'll tell you right here, you know, safe to deploy, and right now it's not safe. You do not want to deploy it, or else it'll just be destroyed by forces. G-force, I don't know, some sort of forces. I don't want to do it because I want this to be somewhat successful. Somewhat successful meaning that I didn't actually make it into orbit, but at least I can come down and not kill my Kerbal. Gemini! Another thing is that you probably don't want to time warp during this kind of section because it can cause strain on your ship. With this particular pod, it probably won't do anything because these things are pretty robust. So they're okay. They're fine. So we're getting down to, let's see, we're almost at 10,000 meters. And as you can see, these air artifacts are really, they're dropping off there. They're getting less and less. This is still saying that it's unsafe. We're coming in at about 270 meters per second and dropping. Now it says it's risky. So, and now it's safe. So you can deploy right now if you wanted to. We're at 5,000 meters, so it's perfectly fine to deploy it. You can deploy all the way down till, well, I mean, it depends. With just this pod, you can deploy, I think, until almost like 200 meters or something like that. Like something ridiculous. Especially when you're on something like this. I'm going to do it about 1,000. And that's kind of just the general what I like to do, because it gets me down. Actually, you know, with that parachute, yeah, if I did it at 200, I would have just smacked the ground. I did not realize that. But 1,000 is a good one to go to. But you can do it at, you know, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever. And a lot of times what I'll do is, as soon as it says safe, I'll just hit it, especially with larger objects. And I'll do another one with a big, heavy, you know, a ship, basically. And you know, I'll show you how to do that as well. But this way, if you just watch that that parachute and tell it, you know, oh, it's safe, okay, I'll do it then. Then you'll make it every time. And there we are. Our Kerbal has safely landed in the ocean. Excellent, wonderful. We'll recover that just so we don't have space junk just flying around. And now let's build a bigger ship. Dun dun dun. Okay, so let's just scrap that. Let's throw in something like this, and let's throw a whole bunch of crazy junk on this thing. We're gonna have 3 of these. All right, and this is all solid one piece. This is all landing. That's all gonna happen. And let's throw on. Wait, does that have more power? Oh yeah, it has way more power than the mainsail. Excellent. Wonderful. I mean, this thing's probably going to go to the moon. I don't know. It's pretty heavy, and it's all one stage, so probably not. But what we're going to do is, for something like this, what I typically do is I get these radial chutes right here. I don't really use drogues, like, for anything. I just don't. If you look over in the corner here, your symmetry mode, you can have like a bunch of different options. We're just going to go with a single for right now. If you hold Alt and then right click, you can duplicate an object. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 4 parachutes on this. Alright? Just like that. It kind of evens it out a little bit. And we should be able to have a halfway decent landing like this. And actually, well, I'm going to show you how to land it like this first, where this bottom part would be the one that's hitting the ground. And this should land without a problem. These guys have pretty decent crash tolerances. The crew cabin here, the crash tolerance is 50, and these are 50 as well. So the only thing that might blow up during this process, which for me tends to always blow up, is this engine. And because that only has a crash tolerance of 20, and if you look, I mean, it is definitely going to hit no matter what. So, yeah, we shall see. But yeah, let's launch this thing and see what happens. So we're gonna do orbital 2 test. Oop, orbital 12, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Orbital 2 test, and launch this. See what happens. And then we're going to see if we can actually land it on the rocket after we run this test. So we got 3 Kerbals in here this time. Let's see if we can kill any of them. And oh, I was like, wait a second, where's my stage for my rocket? But it was mixed in with all these. So you got to watch your staging sometimes. I'm sure most of you know that already. All right, we're just going to go full power and launch it. And, oh, I forgot to put in any stabilizers or fins or anything, so I'm just hoping And this is okay. Oh, I better bring that down a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. I still need forward thrust to get myself through the atmosphere. I might blow up before I even have a chance to I mean, it looks pretty stable, actually. I mean, I'm kind of impressed, to be honest. And actually, I probably should start turning a little bit. Wow, I'm cruising 1,000 meters per second. I might want to cut my engines. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna cut engines. We're gonna try to lay this thing over and then do a hard burn horizontally here. Yeah, I have no reaction wheels on this, so it's like kind of hard. I mean, this headpiece here actually has it has some reaction wheels on it, so it's okay. But this is heavy. This is a heavy piece. So I'm actually impressed it's actually doing as well as it is. How much fuel do I have left? Almost 2,000. And I burnt out. Yeah, I went way too far. Way too far. So let's speed this up a little bit. Let's go to the apoapsis here and bring it out. I don't know if I have enough to actually circularize or not, but we'll give it a shot. This thing wasn't necessarily designed for that, I guess. It's basically where I am right now. Oh, and that would actually give me an orbit. Okay, so sure. Oh, 22 seconds? That's it? Oh, heck yeah, I got plenty of burn available for that. Alright, so we're going to speed up here. And we'll wait until 11 seconds. And then we'll hit a hard burn. We'll go max. And oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I just barely didn't make it. Just barely. But that's okay, because I wanted to show you guys how to land here. And if I did make it, then I wouldn't actually be able to go back. Well, I would actually. I mean, the forces probably would bring me back if I didn't make it all the way out to full orbit. But technically we are in space, so you know pre-orbit or low something, a degrading orbit. I don't think this is considered orbit at all, actually. So we're gonna speed this up, and actually what I want to do first is I want to align the top of my ship here with the direction that I'm heading in, and that way when I come in, these are all on top, and that's kind of what I want. I don't want this thing spinning around when I actually deploy my chutes. So we're gonna speed this up a bit, come back down from 200,000. I could have easily gone into orbit with this thing. I don't know, I was being an idiot. Oof, I need to, before we actually hit the atmosphere, need to bring this thing down. Bring this into a prograde is what we'll set it as, but now there are more efficient and better ways. So don't by any means think that this is like a good way to get into space or out of space or anything like that. I am simply showing how the parachutes operate and how to safely bring things back from space using parachutes. That's all. I'm not, saying that this is, an efficient method for travel, because, I mean, clearly it's not, and there was zero thought actually put into the design of the ship. Period. Just wanted to clarify that before we proceed. And this is going to be a night landing, so yay, that's fun. So until we get some artifacts here, I'm going to speed up a little bit until we start. Yep, there we go. We're starting to see some resistance, right? Yeah. Ooh, wow, that is getting really hot. Actually, I think I'm going to want to spin this around, or else that crew cab might just explode. But I gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Gotta be really careful. I might just blow up everything. Yeah, I think everything is just gonna explode on me. Yeah, I think I screwed the pooch on this one. Oh, shoot. Yep. I totally screwed up. Big time. Big time. Big time. Oh my gosh, everything is red. So like, if this thing blows up, I don't really care, but this is important. I'm actually expecting this to... Oh my gosh, it's actually going to probably explode before we even hit the ground, which I'm not used to. Oh, jeez, that scared me so much. So I was saying that this is the safe way to bring your Kerbals back to Earth using parachutes. That was bad. So we'll revert that. We'll go back. Wow, that was awful. That was absolutely terrible. So we're gonna do this. Actually, we're gonna take the same ship out just so I can actually prove this theory, and hopefully without killing anything. Okay. So everybody's here. We're going to launch. Ah, crap, muffins. Well, that's funny too. Wait, hold on. And cut engines. And see, this is how you bring everybody back safely. See, and safe and sound. See, that's how you do it. That was professional right there. Professional. Gosh, that was ridiculous. Okay, we're just gonna revert that. Okay, so this time, what we're going to do is fix our staging, which we should have done back in the space hangar thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna launch, and this time, what we're going to do is we're not gonna go so far out. We're gonna try to hit 75,000 kilometers. Or 75 kilometers. 75,000 kilometers. Oh, I didn't hit T. Great. Alright. Boop. Wait, I mean, boop. There we go. See, now I'm just rushing and I'm making, like, stupid mistakes. Okay. So, here we go. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to go to 75,000 kilometers. Jeez, every time. 75 kilometers. And we're going to do our orbit then. Jeez. Those engines are just crazy. I should probably just throw a mainsail on there instead. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. I feel like I should already start my turn. Oh, nope, too much. See? Like I said, I'm making stupid mistakes. Luckily, I recovered it, though, sort of. Not really. I'm just penduluming it. Oh, hey, hey, there we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. I'm almost out of fuel, though. Okay, what are we looking at here? Yeah, there's... You know what? Why do I even bother? Oh my gosh. So ridiculous. I honestly, whatever. I'm see. No, we're gonna do this. Okay, this is a terrible re-entry approach. This is a death approach right here. If I can actually salvage this, that's amazing. And so we're gonna go for it. But if you notice, I do have some fuel left in my engines, and I'm keeping that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn off some of my speed by doing a retro burn, I guess, while I'm already in ammo. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is when I come back, yeah, I think I want to be in this position here, and I want to be I think that's what I'm looking for right there. And I mean, my next goal was to actually land this rocket on its engines, and I've come so close to doing that before, with the rocket almost this size, but no, it blew up or something like that, or it blew off the engine part, I think, and then the rest of this kind of just toppled over, and it survived, but like it didn't really count. It's like SpaceX, when they landed the first one and the first rocket on the ship or whatever, and then it just kind of like fell over. It's like that. That's what happened. But the second time it worked out great. So maybe we're SpaceX. We're not SpaceX. Just don't even think that. All right. Oh, so here we are. We're at the peak here. We're going back down, and let's time warp here a little bit, and then we'll hit the atmosphere, and then then we're going. We're gaining speed, gaining speed, gaining speed, gaining speed. And what we'll do is we'll wait until okay, so slow that down. And we should start seeing some pretty heavy resistance here. Yeah, there it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit shift to just taper off a little bit of the speed. Just a bit of it. I want to keep it under 1,000 if I can. Alright. And you can keep doing this more and more, because, I mean, you do keep picking up speed. You want to bring it in, maybe around 5,000. I'll do a hard burn. Slow myself down as much as I can. And then check the parachutes. It says it's safe, so I'll deploy my chutes. It's a little late, but I think I got it. I have enough chutes. They're big enough chutes that they stopped it in time. I won't be able to land this rocket. Obviously, I'm in water, but it will be a safe landing. So, yay! So now that the chutes are already out, I'm at a steady 12 meters per second. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit until we actually come down closer, and then and touchdown. And that's how the first one was supposed to go, but you know, I was an idiot, and I had this thing facing the wrong direction, and then I burnt up everything and just did blah. It was terrible. So when you're coming back with a large payload like this, you know, always have some extra fuel to do to do a burn that will, you know, slow you down. You know, because that makes all the difference in the world. Otherwise, you know, you're just going to blow up. And if you have any components on the outside here, you know, they're pretty much the first things to be destroyed or blow up. If you're doing any science stuff, yeah, gone. Not always, but, you know, they usually have lower heat tolerances than, say, the engines or even the main compartment. All right. So I hope this was fun and informative and yada yada yada. So yeah, maybe we'll do some more Kerbal Space Program stuff in the future. Excellent. Maybe we will try to land a rocket on its boosters sometime here. We'll have to try that. All right. Till next time. Later, Internet.